some real estate. Let's talk some real estate today. Again, that's why we come to you every Wednesday, while you're playing along with the poll question, while you're celebrating the big Turning This House into a Home show that is coming up. You guys pay attention to that. We'll be keeping you filled in on that. But again, let's talk some real estate information. Here's what we're going to bring to you today. We're going to be talking about the things you need to really be paying attention to when you're purchasing a home. Okay, now here's what it goes. Here's what we see. Here's what you say. Here's what we're told. All those good things. A lot of times when people go in and look for a home, they walk in and they look at the carpet. They look at the colors of the wall. They see that the bathroom's big enough or not big enough, or where the laundry is. Those are important things that you need to look at.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
Those are important things. But we're going to give you some inside information today about other things that you need to be pay attention to when you get in a home. Here's why we're telling you this, okay? We read a stat this morning. I said this is going to be good information to give, okay? But according to studies, okay? According to studies, 69% of people that purchase homes, before they sign their name on the dotted line and buy that house, they only visit the property or view the property 2 times.
Right.
So, now I don't know how long they stay, but you've looked at houses before. You know how long. Sometimes people stay an hour. Sometimes they stay 10 minutes.
True.
I know the first house I bought, I looked at it in the middle of the night. Probably wasn't in there 20 minutes, signed my name on it.
Yep.
Bought the house. But we're seeing, again, this study says 69% of the people look at the house less than 2 times. That's not a whole lot of time to be spending deciding whether you're going to spend the next 30 years of your life paying for this house. Right. So while you're visiting those 2 times, here's some things that you need to be paying attention to when you look at the house. Now, we're going to go with the exterior, the interior, and the surrounding area. We're going to talk about those 3 categories today. So when you're viewing the home, when you're spending your time there, here are some things on the exterior of the house that we're telling you here and now that you need to be paying attention to. I'll go with exterior. How's that?
Do it.
Here's the exterior. Here's what we got. You need to pay attention to the roof. You need to really look at the roof of the house.
You do.
It is a major deal when you talk about what we just had in here last week.
A flood.
You got roof problems.
Right.
Okay, you do not want to be woke up by roof leaks. But also in looking at it, if the people live in the house, there's this thing that they do called a property disclosure.
Right.
Where they tell you things they know about the house. One of the things they tell you is if they know the age of the roof, right? The condition that they think it's in, when it was put on. So you want to know the age. How long has that roof been on there? It may look good, but they just power washed it 2 days before they put it on the market. It looks like a brand new one, but it's 35 years old.
Right.
Okay, you want to know those things.
Yeah.
So pay attention to the roof. Pay attention to the windows.
Right.
Okay? Pay attention to the cracks, whether that be in the block, in the brick, in the basement, in the foundation. Pay attention to those things.
You need to look for that.
Big time.
Yeah.
And another thing you want to pay attention to is parking. Where we park.
That's the thing that I think I would say the biggest majority of people don't look at that.
No doubt. No doubt about it.
I've got enough to park my 2 cars.
Absolutely.
But when it's my little girl's birthday,
that's right.
I don't have no more parking.
Visitors, guests, family, events. Where's parking? Where's those things about that at? So you want to pay attention to and look at those things when you're purchasing a home. Again, what we're trying to tell you is, and we've told you this now for 112 episodes, this is a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
What you're getting ready to do is a big deal. It's a serious thing. It's probably going to be the largest purchase that you take care of in your life. So you want to make sure what you're getting ready to do is not only one, will fit your needs now, but it's a good investment for you and your family. You don't want to just throw money up in the air just to be doing that. Right. So when you look at those things, that's what you want to pay attention to, is see if that's working, if that's what's going to be for me. Now, again, we're talking back about windows. Are they cracked? Are they glazed over? You know, do they got that smoke look like in the middle of them?
I didn't realize that windows are pretty expensive.
They're very expensive. When you go to say, I got to replace every window in the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. When you go start replacing windows, you got some money tied up there.
They're very, very expensive. Condensation, are you getting that around the windows? Take some time when you're going and looking at this home. Check out the exterior of what's going on. And again, there have been a lot of people in our area. Just the last little bit, I'm going to say we received 2 to 3 calls last Thursday when we were flooding through the roof in here. we received calls from people and they had an insurance question. And the insurance question was about foundations of their house. Hey, I got water coming through everywhere.
Right.
It's my insurance. Well, we had to refer them to their insurance person first of all because we don't do insurance. But that's things, again, that you want to really pay attention to when you're looking through the house. Has there been water in here?
Right.
The exterior is going to tell you a lot of things about what you want to do with the house. Anything to add to that?
No, like I said, now some of these things, I mean, that might not be why you totally base your whole decision upon it. Is this the right house for me if I don't have enough parking when I have a party?
Sure.
But it is things that you want to think about.
You want to really pay attention.
Especially if you have a lot of stuff. If you have a lot of get-togethers at your house, it should be a little bit more priority to you than it would be somebody else.
That's exactly.
Who don't.
They might come over.
But again, that's stuff that people don't think about at the current time.
Right.
So that's things that you need to
Well,
take
that's what I'm saying. You get excited. We really try to help you on this show. Because, again, as far as I know, none of y'all are standing in the yard looking at a house watching us. We try to slow it down for you before you get into the process.
Put it in a little bit more perspective.
You know what I'm saying? Think about these things before you ever get into it. Because I'm telling you, when you get into it, it's awesome. And it should be awesome. It's fun. It's exciting. You want to move fast. We know how the market is right now. Again, although we told you last week it has slowed some. But we're still seeing, Siobhan just stood in here and told us today. I know she's watching. She's put in 2 or 3 deals this week, multiple offers over asking price, so on and so forth.
$20,000 over asking price.
So you think of those things.
That's crazy.
And didn't get it.
And didn't get it.
And didn't get it. Yeah, that's the thing. So again, when you get into those times where you're looking at a house, you want to pay attention to these things.
Right.
Anything else to add to the exterior of the house?
Nope, I'm going inside.
Go for it, man.
All right, so inside, which I guess this one here might be a little bit outside too. But check for your phone service, your cell phone service. Mm-hmm. Make sure about your internet.
Big time.
Again, that I know a lot of people that's deal breakers.
Look here.
If you can't go here and if you have to get satellite internet, some people will just rule the house out.
Yes, absolutely.
Again, for people who do work from home,
right,
who has to have that, it's a major ordeal.
These people we're talking to right now, they have to have it. Because they watch us every Wednesday.
And they're going to watch the new show, and turning this house into a home.
That's coming up. They're chomping at the bit to see it, man.
Right.
So again, that's a big thing, though. But honestly, in everything now, like my kids now, you know, homework, all those things. A lot of schools, they're moving all of their lessons online. That's a big thing. You know what I mean? You got to be able to have that access to be able to get there. So I know just probably 6 months ago, mid-year last year sometime, you know, we had this house listed out in Newmarket. There was no internet service whatsoever. Like zero internet service was available on your phone from the cable company. It didn't matter. You wasn't able to get those things. That's a big thing.
Oh, yeah.
That's a big thing because we are in the internet.
And again, a lot of people don't even have home phones no more.
Oh, no, I don't.
So cell phones, you need to make sure you got a good signal.
Absolutely.
Let's go on to floors, okay?
Right.
Make sure that the floors is all good. I'm not necessarily talking about floor covering because those can be changed.
Sure.
I'm talking about if there's any big humps in the floor, if the floor is sagging in any area, especially in the bathrooms. You want to make sure because usually if you got saggy floors in the bathrooms, you usually had a water leak.
Sure.
I just found out the other day, like a house that me and a buyer went into, we walked in, we did have some saggy floors, but you know we didn't think didn't think too much of it.
Right.
We just had the home inspection done. And the floors we found out was saggy because the home inspector called me and said it's the worst case of termites that he's ever seen in his life.
Right.
He could actually take the floor joists and snap them off with his hand.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
And you look at that, you think of those things like that, and I totally 100% agree with what you're saying because those saggy floors, again, going back to anything that we're telling you here today, not that that's, you know, going to be a deal breaker, but that could be telling you it ain't the floor, but you got another problem. Just like this here, the floor is saggy because you've got another problem. So you're going to want to pay attention to those kind of things. That goes, again, from squeaks to cracks to all those things. You want to pay attention to that.
Right. Now, again, a lot of times if you have a home inspection, which is highly recommended, they're going to find these things out anyways. But now home inspection money is non-refundable.
Sure.
So once you spend the money for the home inspection, and so like this next thing I'm going to tell you is something that everybody should do. Again, it will be checked on a home inspection.
Right.
But go ahead and check it out before you get there.
Gotcha.
Before you ever have that, is check your plumbing. And I'm saying Flush the toilet.
Yeah.
Turn the water on.
Big time.
How many people do that? Probably when they go look through the house. I'll tell you, not many.
No, not very
They
many
don't.
at all.
So, but
Do
check
you have
that.
a sluggish, is it
Yeah.
slow
Is it
drain?
slow
and
draining?
all
Yeah.
those things. That's going to tell you other stuff. Now, like right now, we had to go to a doctor's appointment in Knoxville yesterday, and the nurse or the doctor, one of them, Nicole was telling me on the ride home, was having major septic drainage issues. And it's because of all the rain we've had lately. And the system that they have at their house, something is wrong somewhere, and it's not being able to handle the groundwater plus the wastewater to be able to handle all those things. But like right now, if there's a septic system working right now, it's probably a good working septic because the ground is so moist.
Right.
So those things, that's good info.
So another thing is storage space. Again, like I just said, I need to build a garage because I've run out of storage space.
Right.
So check to make sure you're going to have plenty of storage space by the time you get your stuff in there. And again, you got to think about the longer you are in your house,
right,
the more you will accumulate, whether you want to believe it or not.
No doubt. Yeah.
You're going to accumulate stuff: Christmas decorations, Halloween decorations, every decoration you can think of.
Clothes from 40 years ago.
Clothes from the day you moved in your house.
Exactly right. Yes.
You're still going to have them.
I believe there's clothes in my house from when I was in 3rd grade. I ain't real sure.
I've got clothes in my house from when I was in high school.
Yeah, a long time ago.
And I'm not going to talk about Siobhan because I get in trouble when I do that.
Don't do it, man.
So again, check, make sure you got plenty of storage space. Absolutely. And then again, check your room sizes. Mm-hmm. And again, not that they're just okay right now.
Sure.
But that there is potential to grow them, or that they will fit as the kid gets bigger. Maybe you've got a small kid right now, and all you need is a little crib, and a little dresser. But that kid will grow up. Yeah, they will grow up.
From experience, you're talking.
Yes,
right?
And so you're going to have to get a bigger bed.
Absolutely.
And here comes all their clothes.
Mm-hmm. With all.
So again, make sure that you've got enough room right now, and that you have room to grow up in the future.
That's right, because again, this is something
grow up and grow out.
You're looking for. It's an investment. I mean, it really is an investment. It is an important investment. It's something that you really do want to pay attention to. So that's the exterior. What we're talking about today is things you need to look for in the house when you're purchasing a home that is not the obvious. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That is not the carpet and the walls and the mirrors.
Well, again, we've said 100 times that a lot of times people do. It's an exciting time.
Should be.
It's a super exciting time. Like I said, it very well should be.
Absolutely.
So just, again, take a moment, take a deep breath, and look beyond the moment.
Right.
Look beyond right here, right now.
Yes.
And I'm not saying that you have to plan for 30 years down the road.
Right.
But again, think a little bit outside the moment.
Absolutely, yes, 100%. So again, talking that today, we got one more thing. We're going to talk about the surrounding area here next. But if you've just joined us, 2 things. We gave a huge announcement early on in the show. As a matter of fact, it was right off the bat. But again, we are already in the process of filming episodes for a show called Turning This House into a Home. Right. It will be aired exclusively right here on the Facebook page you're watching us on today. It's coming in the spring of 2019, so be watching for that. Second thing is our poll question today is you have unlimited money. We have gave everybody watching today unlimited money. We're just throwing it out here today, right?
You're welcome.
Unlimited money. You can do anything you want to your house. What's the one thing you would love, since tomorrow is Valentine's Day, what's the one thing you would love to do to your home if money was no object? We got some answers a while ago, from moving out to tearing it down to fixing the bathroom, putting in whatever. It's good stuff, right? Yeah. Dave's building a garage. I'm fixing a man cave downstairs. So we want to hear from you guys. While you're putting your answers there, let's give you the last little bit of information. Again, when you're looking for a home, things you need to pay attention to. Now I'm going to talk about the surrounding area, okay? Not necessarily just the home, but the surrounding area. And you want to pay attention to some of these things. What type of homes, condition-wise, are the homes that are around the home you're purchasing?
Right.
We talked just a few weeks ago about fixer-uppers. Goes with kind of what we're doing with the show. But again, is it okay for you to buy a home and it be a fixer-upper? Is the neighborhood going to warrant you to be able to do those things? Right. You want to pay attention to that. Crime rates. You can talk to the police department, whether you're in the county. You can talk to the sheriff's department, the city police department. They can give you that type of information about what is going on as far as in the crime that is being seen, whether it be the subdivision, the area of the city, the county that you're living in. You want to check on those things.
Right.
I will tell you, there's been times that, people wish they would have done that, and it was too late because they'd already bought the home.
Right.
So you want to make sure that you're not one of those people. Again, what about the school systems? We've talked about this one before, but are you going to be in the right school district?
Right.
School districts are a major selling point for a home.
They are, yeah.
I mean major.
Yeah.
And all of Hamlin County, we've just got such great schools in Hamlin County, Jefferson County. It's not as big deal in our part of the area as it is other places.
Right.
Especially when you maybe only have 1 or 2 schools.
Yeah.
But with our leadership in Morristown, again, the superintendents, the Board of Education, all those people, we have great schools here.
But again, with the amount of schools that we do have,
right,
and for people who do want to stay in certain school districts,
the district,
you got to make sure, because just like, for instance, my road.
Right.
My road
Yes.
has it goes to 2 different schools, but like half of my road goes to one school.
Right.
The other half goes to another school, and then the other half goes back to the first school.
That's what I was going to say.
So it's real
It can
weird
be
how
really
they're
tricky.
even all kind of broke down there.
Yeah.
So again, check to make sure that if you are wanting to stay in a certain one,
Right.
that one does, because even though you might think, yeah, it does,
Right.
still check to make sure we got a thing we can put it in, and it'll tell you exactly what school system that's going to be.
Right.
So again,
That way
check,
they're going to be able to know.
check
those
to
things.
make sure. Another thing I'm going to tell you about the exterior. You done?
Go with it, yeah.
You done?
Oh, yeah, I'm done.
So I was going to say about trees. I
Yeah.
think trees are a huge one.
Oh, yeah.
Make sure that if there's anything you got to cut back.
Mm-hmm.
Make sure if they're planted too close to the house, you don't want the roots growing into your
100%.
basement foundation, cracking that, because now we go back to what we just said about cracking, getting water.
Right.
So you want to make sure trees are far enough away. Again, limbs overhanging, they're going to grow. They're just like kids. They're going to grow
Sure.
more than likely, so you don't want them growing up into your house. Again, all things take into consideration. They look beautiful at the time.
Right. And so you're sitting there watching the show today, and you're like,
Hello, Sabrina.
I mean, is there a house out there that we can buy?
Oh,
After we look at it,
yeah.
100% there is. Again, we want to give you the information so that you are prepared when you go in and the excitement starts. You're prepared. You know what you're going in there looking for. You know what needs to be there, what don't need to be there. Again, that's why we love giving this information out.
Right.
We would rather you know the information ahead of time. Again, whether you choose us to represent you as realtors or whether you choose another company, maybe you're in another area of the country. A lot of people watch us literally from all over the country. We post this on a site called Active Rain. Quick story, then we'll go on. And Nicole was telling me the other day, there was these 4 people from California, and they had watched our show. And they commented on her little post on there that we love to watch your show because we love y'all's accent.
Oh, really?
Like, we just keep right on talking. You know, they really like
Right.
how we talk because we talk a little different.
I had a person on Facebook the other day in Ohio
Right.
contact me because they see me post a lot of real estate
Sure.
stuff, and so they contacted me through Facebook Messenger, and they're buying a house.
Right.
It's the house they're buying is a for sale by owner.
Sure.
That person didn't want to cooperate with the realtor, so they just had some general questions that they wanted to ask me of stuff that they should be on the lookout for.
Watching for.
What kind of time frames do they have
Sure.
to do this and that? So I kind of gave them some
That's
input to put them in the right direction.
100%. And all that is made possible, again, because you guys helping us out. The likes, the shares, the invites. We say it a lot, but we can never say it enough. How much we thank all that you all do for us as far as helping us. We try to give you some information, a little bit of entertainment, but what you give back to us, we can't even put a figure on what you guys do for us.
And
So
again,
again,
this whole show thing's going to be big.
oh yeah,
It's going to
yeah.
be big.
So we're going to